Rachel Fountain here of Finders Keepers Crafts. So as promised, on this blustery white blue March day, I'm going to show you how to make trees. Indeed, not just making teas, but making trees. So I'm a big fan of permaculture, which is in the short form basically organic, lazy gardening. Nature has a way of doing things. If we can observe that and move along the same sort of path, it makes it much easier. If you see a particular wildflower growing in a certain area, you can generally say, okay, so that it likes that family of plant, likes that kind of area, so then I can determine what sort of landscape that is, what the soil type might be, that sort of thing. But for now, less of the science, more of the easy peasy bit. So there is a very simple way of making trees. It's called break and stake. As you see behind me, this beauty and these lovely science now and technology coming together. Hopefully you can see this beautiful red, and there's also yellow as well. It's dogwood, and these were planted just by snapping a bit off where it's got a shoot coming from it, so you know there's new life coming to it. Snapping it off and sticking it into moist ground. The same thing can be done with willow. Willow likes what they call wet legs, which is, as you see from my sparkly wellies, it's very wet here. So if you've got a lot of moisture in a part of the garden, or there's a particularly boggy patch, you normally find willow there. Fun fact is the Latin, or rather the Celtic, is salix for this tree, meaning sal meaning nearby, and lis meaning water. So there you go. This is the origin also of aspirin. So if you find yourself and you're running around and you're out and about and you have a headache, you're overexertion, maybe you're just feeling a little under the weather, it's as easy as that. You remove the outer bark, that white bit. Ooh. Yes, some people hug trees. I am biting a tree. It's bitter, as you'd expect from an aspirin. So that is basically where aspirin comes from. I think it's like one molecule away from the stuff that you buy in the shops, but you can't patent nature, fortunately. So yeah, if you wanted to grow this stuff yourself, same as bamboo, someone gives you one of those little lucky bamboo stem things, you can put that into water and you'll see the shoots grow through. Same as this tree, same as this one, okay? Also, organic root vegetables. You may have seen it before where some crazy person has like eaten a parsnip or something like that, and they've cut the top off, eaten the parsnip part or the beetroot or whatever like that, and then they have it in a little saucer of water and you start to see little shoots come off. You can eat those. That will create another plant. You plant that back out, now you have more, you propagated more plants. It's super simple. That potato that you bought a bag of potatoes, there's a rogue one in the back of the cupboard, and it starts to grow those long bits. Carrots the same, you see all those little wispy bits coming out. That's it trying to reroot itself. So you can put that back in the garden and then it will create another plant. Super easy peasy ways, a little bit more of a gardening tip, but also natural medicines. Now to tea. Aha. Now, I am not a magic witch lady, as a mechanic came to help me when I had broken down and I was eating nettles. And I've got no gloves on. See my neon glove, tossed to a side. Now, you are gonna get the nettle. Hopefully you can see this, and pick it. Yeah! Crush it. Squash it. It has those little hairs on it which are gonna wanna sting you. But look, squish, 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 squish. So all those little hairs, the fingers are mightier than the tiny hair. Now that's all squished, right? Now, magic witch lady. If green had a flavour, it would be this. Nettles are a superfood. They grow everywhere. They like a good rich soil, so it also tells you that's a good place to plant things. Normally these are pioneer plants, so they'll get in there first. So it tells you they're a good strong plant. They've got all sorts of endorphins in. They are packed full of minerals and nutrients. You can eat them like this, which is a little brave, or a super yummy way of doing it as well is if I pick it and I take some of these stems off. Now if I had a flame or even on a cooker, you could run that over the flame, like a weird barbecue, I suppose, if you had a little kebab thing. You'd put that over the flame and all those little hairs, they would just hiss off, and they'd almost be like a crispy seaweed, and then you can just eat it straight off of that. And for me, that is the nicest way of having nettles. Tea is pretty tasty. Soup is a little bit like, I mean, there's better soups out in the world, but it's a good way of sneaking these nutrients in. But by far the most fun way is like putting it over a flame, hiss, and then crunchy straight off the stem. So, trees and teas to get you started. And I will be back with some other weird bits and pieces in the field. I look forward to seeing you all soon. I hope you're all well and looking after you. Yeah, I shall see you anon.